Welcome to my channel, where there are interesting and equally sensational stories. Listen to today's story. Sometimes that payback means telling the wife of the man you're seeing that he's been cheating on her. And sometimes it means getting your half of dinner refunded. These cheaters get what's coming to them today on our space. Up first, sometimes a shower is just a shower. And sometimes a shower means she's trying to wash the guilt of cheating off. My girlfriend of 2 years cheats on me. I, male 17, was dating my now ex, female 17, for a little over 2 years. We will call her Josie. She was my high school sweetheart. I met her at one of my friend's parties through a friend. We hit it off immediately, constantly texting, which then led to hanging out and eventually us dating. Everything was great for the first year. We never fought. We would go on constant dates and couldn't get enough of each other. Sometime during that second year, it completely changed. We would argue over little things. It wouldn't have sex as much, and I would notice she was always texting people and get up and leave the room to have phone calls. I thought nothing of it as I knew she had a lot of friends, including some guy ones. She, of course, tells me not to worry about it. It was until this one day. We went to a pre-graduation party and we were hanging out drinking and smoking until my friends asked me to beer pong with them. My girlfriend stayed there with her friends as I went over and played a few games. As some time goes by, I look over to now see my girlfriend sitting over with one of her guy friends. We will call him Liam. Again, I thought nothing of it at first, and tell umbrellas how long they had been talking and how close they were sitting together. I went over to talk to them. And when I approached, they were obviously scooting away from each other. And greet me. I tried not to let my jealousy take control of me as I thought, I'm drunk, and they were only talking. And calmly grabbed my girlfriend and continued to party and dance with her. At this point, I'm still not thinking anything too much of the situation. And I'm trying to have a good time as we are about to graduate soon. That is until her guy friend Liam realizes he drank too much and starts to get sick and throwing up all over. Of course, my girlfriend, Josie, instantly runs over and starts comforting him. I'm talking like, head on her shoulder. She's rubbing his arm, and she's just constantly babying him, asking him if he's alright. I wouldn't have been concerned, but she's seen many people throw up at parties including myself, and she has never acted in such a manner. At this point, the jealousy has taken over me, and I ask her to leave and go back to my house where we will be staying the night. On a ride home, I just noticed she's still texting and making sure he's alright. I then questioned how good of a relationship she had with Liam as I knew they were friends, but she would never talk about him or bring him up ever. So I thought they barely kept in touch. She was all over the place in answering my questions, but she had shown me her phone, and it showed that the last time they had texted was over a year ago. Ultimately, had believed her and forgot about it. This brings us to graduation. We just finished prom and went to the after party. We drank it, smoked, and overall had a great time. When it was time to go around 2:30 a.m., I was getting some friends together as well as some of my girlfriend's friends to come back to my plate to continue party and go swimming in my pool. Of course, one of my friends, my girlfriend, Josie, wanted to bring back to my place was Liam. Me thinking nothing of it, say, it's okay. While at my house, me and Josie get into one of our stupid fights, and she no longer wants to hang out with us and goes to bed. About 10 minutes later, Liam decides he's done for the night and decided to go inside. Because we forgot to bring out towels, we then ask Liam to bring them outside before he goes to bed. 30 minutes go by, and we are all ready to go inside and go to bed, but we have no towels as Liam forgot to bring them. As it is my house, I decided to go get them. As I'm walking up the stairs towards the bathroom, I can hear the showers on and I had slight noise coming from the shower. As I got up to the door, my worst nightmare had come true. She was having sex in the shower with Liam. I bust down the door in one clean hit, absolutely losing my mind and screaming at the both of them. Liam stood there frozen, not knowing what to do as Josie started crying hysterically. She tried to explain how it somehow wasn't what it looked like and how she loves me. I wasn't hearing any of it. I had made them go home as well as everyone else that I had invited over. I broke up with her on the spot and have not heard from her for 2 months. She started recently trying to text me again, trying to apologize. I'm seeing someone new. And when I had told her I think it broke her, that's all that happened so far. Thank you for reading, and I'm sorry if it is a bit hard to read or scrambled. This is my first ever post on Reddit. Thanks. I'll see how the community reacts. First up, how could you? She said it wasn't what it looked like. Someone else chimes in. Surely the only reply can be thank God because it looks like you were screwing him. The op replies. As to that part, she tried to explain that it was his fault for being so pushy and I guess assertive. Said that she was taking a shower when he came in asking for towels. When she said they were in the other room, he wouldn't leave. When she did say that the exact words "it's not what it looked like." I couldn't help but chuckle if that's so stupid response. I responded with, how does a dick accidentally slip into you in the shower? She of course didn't know what to say. Another response states, op never take a cheater back because once a cheater, always a cheater. Most likely, she'd been cheating with him for some time. Most likely an emotional affair. And that night, it went physical affair. That's the reason she started to fight with you. I know it hurts right now, but in the long run, it does get better. Remember, you were a nice guy, and she wanted her bad boy and thought you would never leave her even if you caught her. So the best way to get revenge on her is to move on with your life. This will drive her nuts in the long run because she will see how much better your life is without her. We have another response. All I can say is, dude, I know it hurts like, I know and know. All too well. I'm a female 35, and this doesn't invalidate your pain or frustration. I mean, I had a high school sweetheart who cheated, it killed me. I dated others only to get back with him in college. One kid in tow with a girl. Dated 3 more years, cheated again and crushed me. For years, I dated, but couldn't forget him. He couldn't meet either. Finally around age 29, I'd say we both moved on, but it's just a first love thing. Plus you need all of the experience for when you one day meet your soulmate. I'm sorry, but she's not it. The relationship ran its course. I may be wrong, but it sounds like you'd be best to just figure yourself out. Maybe even get a therapist or counselor if you're on campus. They have them, if not find one solo with Medicaid or otherwise. Figure you out aside from her. Learn to love yourself. At my age, I tell you it's the best I ever felt once I took that time to do it. Changed my life. I'm married. I have a baby boy, and I still don't know if he's the one. But I do know we have a mature relationship. We are honest, as far as I know, don't cheat. Cheaters never stop. I hope you're able to move on and be happy and date someone else. The more experience you have with the love, the better your chances. And, yeah, that means there's a lot of confusion and hurt involved, but it's worth it. Even though I know it's hard to see now. Best to you. Pretty sure it's exactly what it looks like when 2 naked people are knocking bones in the shower. You were right to break up with her. If it hurt her, tough luck. She shouldn't have done what she did. Let it break her. Is it ever not what it looks like? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Next up, OP. Mourns a future that no longer exists. The other woman reached out to me. I'm blindsided and devastated. We had been together for 5 years. We share a home and pets together. Last night at unknown number texted me and said she had slept with him early last month and just realized he had lied to her about being single. She was honestly wonderful and very open with me and provided receipts for everything. He had betrayed her too. I confronted him, and he tried to gaslight me. She was able to provide receipts for everything, and he finally broke down and admitted it. We stayed up late arguing. He said that it was a one-night stand, and he regretted it. I went to bed. The girl texted me again early this morning. She told me she had been fixated on the fact that I told her I felt something was up because I had found some of my personal items in her bedroom. bathroom, rearranged after leaving visit my family for a few nights. She said that she never came to our house. I confronted him again about how many others it had been with, and it turns out he had cheated 3 times, 3 different girls. I'm absolutely blindsided. He is such a good liar. If the girl didn't have receipts, I'm not sure I wouldn't believe it. We were a bit non-traditional in that we had discussions about having an open relationship. Neither of us are particularly bothered by the act of sex in and of itself. Every time we discussed the open relationship, though, we decided that we needed to strengthen our bond a bit more first. I am most devastated by the lies and the gaslighting. These were not emotional relationships, but one-night stands that he blocks the girls immediately after each time. I feel so lost. We were building a future together. I'd appreciate anyone's input. Thanks for reading. For input, here we go. There are more. Mine at first wouldn't name the number. Then at first, it was 10, then 25, then maybe some more. It's hard for him to say. And if he counted live chatting to jack off, then the numbers are in the hundreds. Mind you, it was 10 years and not 5, so he had more time. But I promise you, if he gaslit you that hard, there are more, and you'll never truly know the full number. Sorry for your loss. The op replies, thank you. I'm sorry for yours as well. He swore up and down at first that it was just this girl. And then another girl that he had not done anything with sexual with, but had invited over and asked to leave shortly after. Then it turned into 3 girls. He swears it all happened in a short period of time, but will never be able to trust whether it's true or not. I'm sickened to find out some of it happened in our bed. Another response: get a new bed when you move out or when he moves out. I did, but made a mistake of trying to make it work and letting it back into my bed here and there. It's still my bed, but I wish I hadn't. This mattress was expensive and is the best mattress I've ever had, so it's staying. The next responder: pick up the pieces and move forward. Marrying a man like this will be the biggest regret of your life. If you stay, you're settling on lies, manipulation, a lifetime of suspicion, and angst, paranoid anxiety, and gaslighting. He has no issues lying to you, bringing women into your home and risking your own sexual health. He didn't come clean. He was caught. Next time, he'll get better at hiding it. The op replies, he apologized many times, and I did tell him that he's only sorry he got caught. He claimed he was working with his therapist to figure out how to tell me what he had done himself, that he was trying to turn over a new leaf. I asked him to move out, but I am crushed. The commenter responds again. He's lying. He was never going to tell you, and he's only sorry he was caught. If he wanted to, he would have turned over a new leaf sooner, or even better, there wouldn't have been a reason to turn over a new leaf. If he lied about the girls, he lied about working with a therapist. He had no intention of telling you. Ever. I'm sorry, OP. The worst part is he's hurting so many women out there. Thank goodness. One of the others had the mind to come forward despite the guilt and the shame she was experiencing. All that is to say, the future you were building is no longer. It's no use staying. He's only going to continue hurting you and more people out there. You're much better without. What do you think? Next up, a trip to Cancun might not be in the cards anymore for this cheating heart. Realize the man I'm currently with is cheating on his fiancée. I'm currently lying next to a sleeping man in my hotel room, a surgeon I met a few weeks ago, and I just figured out that he's engaged, getting married in 2 weeks, and didn't tell me. No mention of a fiancé at all. In fact, he told me a few hours ago that he was going to visit family on the East Coast in 2 weeks. No mention of a wedding in Cancun in 13 days. He's been using a fake name with me. I had suspected this for a while, but I saw his run name on his Tesla screen while we drove to dinner earlier in the evening. It's an unusual name similar to the one he gave me, so it wasn't hard to find him online. I searched his real name while in the bathroom about an hour ago. While he was asleep, and besides finding his LinkedIn and other social media, I found his wedding registry and wedding page. Should I tell his fiancée? I found her on Instagram and LinkedIn. To complicate things, We live about 2 hours away, and I offered to visit him one day this weekend and said would meet with clients in the area to make it a work trip to justify the cause of a hotel, etc. He offered to pay for the hotel. And initially, I said, it wasn't necessary as I make good money during my business trips, but frankly, I've had some cancellations this weekend and won't make quite enough to cover the 2 days at this relatively nice hotel. Spent over $100 on dinner for us, but I kinda want to take him up on paying for the part of the hotel, just the one night he was here. Is that bad to do if I'm considering telling his fiancée later after we part ways? Feel sick to my stomach about the whole thing. Have been up all night, unable to sleep. My plan is, pretend like nothing is wrong until we check out together. He made it clear he wants to check out of the hotel with me most likely so he can pay. Text him after we left and tell him what I know. Message his fiancée on Instagram from a throwaway account. Send screenshots of his vid profile. And of course, never see him again. Does this make sense? I don't want to confront him in person because I don't know what he's capable of. Edit. This is getting even weirder. I looked up his Instagram and his fiancée is following him, but he's not following her and her default pic as of her at her bachelorette party. Posing with the words, bride-to-be. All updates were added to original post. Update. I told him I needed to go home early, and he asked if he could take a shower before we left, and I said that was fine. I tried to be cordial, but I'm sure my ICI has gave me away. He seemed to get progressively more uncomfortable the longer we interacted. We walked down to the lobby together, and then after offering to pay for my valet expenses, to which I said he didn't need to worry about that. He then said, "See you later." Kiss me on the cheek. I went to get his car from valet. He then came back in once he found out that his valet was charged to my card and assured me he would pay me for that. I asked him if he has Venmo and he said that he did. I said I'd send him my username. It's not my real name, and then he left. So I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get reimbursed for any of the hotel or even his valet expense. I've made a fake Instagram account and will message his fiancée soon. Update 2. She was not consenting to this or aware of it. She handled it so gracefully, thanked me, and told me I was a good person. I'm heartbroken for her and pretty effing pissed at him. She and I actually had a pretty long conversation after she confronted him. Apparently, he told her this was his version of a bachelor party. She kicked him out of the house. I encourage her to dump his butt, reminding her ever worth. And it seems like she might be moving in that direction. Thank God. We actually seem to get along so well that I kinda wish we could be friends. And just for craps and giggles, decided to get some closure, reclaim my power by sending him a Venmo request for his portion of the valet. The funny thing is that last night at dinner, I had made a joke about him needing to repent. It's a long story without having any idea who was actually cheating on his fiancée. So my Venmo request said, "Guess I was right about you needing to repent. Paying for the valet would be a step in the right direction, but you've got a effing long way to go. Have fun in Cancun." He eventually completed the request. I really didn't expect him to. So now I'm kinda wishing I charge him for the hotel room for one night as well. Oh, well. This is a lovely last laugh, OP. Way to go, and good for you for coming forward to his wife. Honestly, getting payback is priceless. And you may not see how this guy goes up in flames, but he will get his. Moreover, you can't blame yourself for cheating on his wife. You had no idea it would have been different had you known and continued on with it. Have you ever been the other woman or the other man? Share your experience with us in the comments below. And thank you for joining us today. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. Until next time, on our space.